Hello guys, welcome to today's lesson. My name is Samuel. I'm going to teach you how to solve quadratic equations using the factorization method. We all know that there are many methods that you can use in solving quadratic equation. That is, you can use factorization method, you can use the quadratic formula, and you can use graphical method. So in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you the factorization method, and also hopefully I'm going to include the quadratic formula. So a quadratic equation is an equation which is in this form, where you have ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where your a is the coefficient of x squared, your b is the coefficient of x, and your c is your y-intercept. So let's have an example. So we are saying, let's say, for example, we are told to solve this quadratic equation. Solve x squared plus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. So we are given this equation, which is the quadratic equation, and we're asked to solve it using the factorization method. So what we need to do is, first you multiply the y-intercept and the coefficient of x squared. In this case is 1, since it's just x squared, so 1 times x squared is just x squared. So you multiply the coefficient of x squared and the y-intercept. So if we multiply minus 10 times 1, we get minus 10. Then we put this coefficient, which is x squared. We put this variable x squared, right? So when we now have this, now we have minus 10x squared. So what you need to do now is to find the factors, of which when you multiply those factors you get minus 10, but when you add you get 3. So let's just list the factors of minus 10. We have 10 times minus 1, we have minus 10 times 1, we have minus 5 times 2, we have 5 times minus 2. That's the factors that we have that can give us minus 10, right? So now let's look at these factors. If we say 10 plus minus 1, we get 9, which is not plus 3. We say minus 10 plus 1, we get minus 9, which is not here. If we say minus 3 plus 2, we get minus 3, which is not here. But when you say 5 minus 2, 5 plus minus 2, we get 3. So it means the factors that we need is 5 and minus 2. So after getting these factors, we then say x squared plus this 5x minus 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. Then we now factorize. We factor out x. Then we have x plus 5. If we factor out x here, we will remain with x here, we remain with 5. Then we factor out minus 2 here. Then this we have x. Then here we have plus 5, because if we say minus 2 times x, we get minus 2x. Minus 2 times plus 5, we get minus 10 is equals to 0. Now this is just similar, so we can factor out x plus 5, which is x plus 5. Then we will remain with x minus 2 is equals to 0. So this means x plus 5 is equals to 0, or x minus 2 is equals to 0. So therefore x is equals to, if this goes to this side, it becomes 0 minus 5, or x is equals to 0 plus 2. So therefore x is equals to minus 5 or 2. So once we have done this, you have solved your quadratic equation using factorization method. So let's now go to quadratic formula. So what we are saying is the quadratic formula is in the form x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, right? If we noticed, when we first give the form of the quadratic equation, we said it is in the form of a x squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, meaning a is the coefficient of x squared and b is coefficient of x and y is the y-intercept. So this b is this b on this formula and this b. Our a is this one and our c is this one and our a also is this one. So what we need, like for example, let's consider the example that we were doing just now using the factorization method. We had x squared plus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. So from this, our a is equals to 1, because we are saying if we say 1 times x squared we get x squared, so our coefficient here is 1. Then b here is 3, c here which is minus 10. Having determined that, now let's substitute these values into our formula, which is the quadratic formula. So we are going to say x is equals to minus b, which is 3, plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 3 squared, minus 4a, which is 1, then times c, which is minus 10, all over 2 times a, which is 1. So now we are going to say x is equals to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared is 9, then minus 4 times 1 is 1 times, then is minus 4 times 1 is minus 4, minus 4 times minus 10 we get 40, which is plus 40, all over 2 times 1 we get 2. So then we then say x is equals to minus 3 plus square root of 9 plus 40 we get 49, or minus 3 minus square root of 49 over 2. So what we are saying is, here the sign is saying plus or minus, so it means our first solution will be minus 3 plus square root of 9 plus 40, which is here minus 3 plus square root of 49 over 2. Then the second solution is minus 3 minus square root of 9 plus 40, which is equals to minus 3 minus square root of 49 over 2, was 9 plus 40 we get 49, right? So then we have x is equals to minus 3 plus 7 over 2, or minus 3 minus 7 over 2. This becomes x is equals to minus 3 plus 7 we get 4 over 2, or minus 3 minus 7 we get minus 10 over 2. Then x is equals to 2 into 4 we get 2, or 2 into minus 10 we get minus 5. So we have solved our quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, and we have also used the factorization method, and we have seen that we all get the same answer. I'm going to post the graphical method of solving the quadratic equation, and I'll add more things on that lesson also. So if you are new and it is your first time to watch this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification button, so that when I post another video you'll be able to see the lesson that I've posted. So thank you.